Y'all know I don't stretch. So if everybody asking why 84 ain't stretching, y'all know I don't stretch. Anybody pay attention to Viking football, 84 don't stretch on game day. I come back. I came out the womb, I was ready. Tell them, mama, you know I was ready. That's why you have it.
This is Jordan Ryan and Buddies, the good, the bad, and the uglies. Breaking out the huddle with Adam Thielen, Hustle, DK, Metcalf, muscle strong. No more goal line fumble, rumbling in the jungle, rumble, young boy, rumble. Fuck being humble. I'm proud of the game, that just my game, that second to play. All God protecting my name, talking the same as to playing the game. No pain, no gain, no pain, no gain, no pain, no gain. Shit, well, I train the brain to strain the pain till I'm in the Hall of Fame. Won't stop till I'm in the Hall of Fame. Oh, got some money in my pockets, man. I ain't talking pocket change. You could keep the fucking change.
Is a disgusting act. Is a disgusting act. Is a disgusting.
Bit up on the route, and Randy Moss, without even really being able to run, as he shoots the moon to the fans here in Green Bay.
Is a disgusting act. Is a and it's unfortunate.
This for Lucas to hear us.
Yeah, because we're close enough to my phone that we can get this popping here.
So I'm the beer bitch, huh? Yep. Beers, oh, man. Yeah, how you got? What you drinking over there?
I mean, I don't know. I don't got.
No, you don't have to. I'm just asking. Don't let me peer pressure you into that.
I got a Powerade.
Powerade, attaboy. So, what have you been up to now lately?
Lately?
Yep.
I've been getting ready for school, man.
Yep.
It's,
You both are coaches?
Yep. I did. Well,
you're a coach?
I coach
You're a
football
coach?
right now, but he coaches wrestling.
You're a wrestling coach, all
Yeah.
right. How long have you been doing that?
I'm officially the head strength coach, too. So.
Yep.
You're the head what?
Wrestling coach.
It's strength and conditioning and then head wrestling coach.
Oh, no shit.
Yep.
Well, yeah, you've always been a big lifter ever since I've known you.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yep. Since the beginning. Well, what grade did you really start getting into lifting?
I mean, Blum had us starting in like 7th grade.
Yep.
I mean, I don't think I did crazy stuff in 7th grade, but then I think probably 9th grade is when we started doing all the lunges around the tennis court, and oh my god.
Yeah.
What really drove you to do it? Because you had way more of a fucking drive to just get huge than I did ever. Like even faster. I feel like you just love the gym.
Back in high school or just now? Or just
Fucking then and now, I feel like.
I don't know, man. It's just always been something that it was appealed to me. Seemed, I don't know, almost easy, you know?
Yep.
The conditioning and stuff, I mean, that was the stuff that scared everybody. That was the stuff that I didn't enjoy either, but...
Still does to this day scare people, apparently.
Well, stamina, more stamina, strength, conditioning.
Yep.
See, now that's the thing too. Is like I got sick to where not sick, but like sick in the head, to where like I didn't have that drive. But I started running, and I started running way more. Like I was almost into a fucking half marathon, and I thought that kept driving me. You know what I mean? So it's just.
Yeah, I remember when you were gonna do that half marathon.
But that's the thing, like fucking lifting big. I fucking almost am more worried about doing that because of fucking not putting it up is fucking more freaky to me than not. You know what I mean?
Getting caught underneath.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's like anything though. Like you started running and it started to get better for you.
Right. Yeah. So same with that. Yeah. For
you
sure.
do anything, you lift, whatever your hobby is, you do it more and you get better at it. You're gonna want to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember, dude. You in high school. Just, you'd get into it. You can't see me over here, but you'd get in, and then just put it right up.
Yeah, just wait till you see this puppy live.
Oh, you'd put up some weight, man. It was pretty cool to watch you, for sure.
That was fun. That Ironman competition was fun back in the day.
Yep.
The good old Iron Man.
That was
How
fun.
did you do? I obviously had no chance in that.
In the lifting, I mean, I think in bench, I think I was right behind him, and then in squats, I'll call Maverick Whitcomb out. He did more than me, but he did those half-ass squats, and my ass hit the ground every time. So,
if Maverick's a half squat.
At that point in time, Fester was squatting lower than I was, and I was still getting to 90, but I wasn't burying him like I do now. But there was a lot of 45-degree squats in that competition.
Yeah.
But usually it was like I would go 1-1-1 in the weight room, and then Fester would be usually right with me.
The running is where
you're looking. This is the Iron Man.
Running. That's the only thing that sucked, is because people that would place completely last in the lifting competitions would hurt your points. When you were doing your running. So
right.
You didn't have a sub 6.5 mile. You weren't gonna do very well.
Yeah.
Right. No, for sure.
And your 40 time gave you a lot of points.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I still ran. I mean, Torg was on the clock. They gave me a 4.8 at my fastest. I don't know if I ever was a 4.8.
They were giving you a little love.
I'll say at my fastest, I was under 5, but I don't think 4.8.
Yeah.
You think you had a 4.9 in you?
I'll take the 4.9.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I broke under 5.
I think I was a 5.2.
Okay.
My senior.
What did Nelson ever run? What did our running backs ever run?
I think Nelson was a 4.6 or a 4.7. I feel like it was a 4.7.
I feel like it was 4.7. Yeah. Maverick. I bet you Maverick wasn't much.
No, they were all right there.
They all were kind of right in a row.
Yep. They were all very close.
What about Taylor? What about Taylor or Herc?
I'm not sure what Herc ran. Honestly, he had to be obvious.
I think he was in that 4.7, 4.6
Yeah,
range.
I think so. That's kind of.
when you start dipping in that 4.5, I'm pretty sure Josh Bungham only ran just maybe sub 4.5.
Dude, fuck Bungham. I would never forget.
Bungham was an athlete. Bungham played 4 years at St.
That was the same kid though, right? That got in trouble with weed.
Nope.
No,
never.
That was Campson.
My bad, bro. Bungham, sorry. Wrong dude. What is it, Campson?
Yeah.
Campson. Remember, I got in trouble at school because I had chewing tobacco.
Yeah, I remember your confession to the team, Roshi.
Oh, that was heartfelt. I felt like
tearing up.
Yeah, I felt like a piece of shit. But it fucking, they made me too. they made me do it.
They made me.
But, at the end of the day, it was a good thing for me to do, I think. Even though I wasn't, a huge part of the team. But I was there. I was the guy rallying the troops.
Yeah, for sure the 12th man for sure.
Right.
The 12th man for sure.
Yeah, I want to add to that. So, that is the one thing that I see today that kids don't do. Kids don't, they're not that guy. That guy that, I'll say a Sheldon Rasmussen when he was younger, he was a throw him out to the wolves and do your best.
Yeah.
Those guys, they don't want to put the work in and play that role. They just if I'm not going to start, then I'm going to quit.
Right, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. I had YouTube fucking gorillas up the middle, and me trying to be a defensive tackle, and that obviously.
Got in there.
But we got in there. We made it tough. And Fester will credit every time he gets drunk. He'll credit me for being the dog and actually it might subliminally. You guys help push each other more, but even me at the bottom was the guy that's fighting for a spot. So it's we gotta be on.
Yep.
Otherwise, fucking Roush's heart will fucking beat me.
Yep.
Remember I mean, and then there's another prime example, John Hoffman.
Yep.
Remember when we played Melrose and I had to go up against that so-called D1 kid the whole time?
Yep, that big kid.
It was like end of the third or maybe beginning of the fourth quarter. John subs in, I think, for Maverick. And we were running I think it was a toss where I had to pull, and John came through and put that 6'1", 300-pound kid on it.
Yeah.
It was insane.
That's that 5'5" part right there, boy.
Yeah, it's like no one does that anymore.
No.
They don't want to compete.
And that's the truth. And just hearing, because I know some coaches, so there's not the only, but like you hear that with the kids, they're not. You almost gotta fucking somehow try to find it for them.
Yeah, you got to do it for them. Yeah.
And so I don't know.
You got to coach them mentally because they have no idea just that competitiveness to compete for that kind of position over time. That maybe you're not the starter, but you're going to still have a role. Like they don't want to compete.
Right.
Then if they do get put in and they haven't been trying,
they get fucking waxed because
yeah. Then you start getting hurt and you start having
So it's a tough thing, and when you don't have a group of coaches that really focus on stuff like that, it's going to be hard to get guys to do that, to do those positions.
And so how do you do it as a coach? You guys are both coaches. So how do you do that? How do you find that? What do you do? Because you've obviously have run into it,
I mean, I mostly talk about my experiences and what I when I started at McRae. I remember that's how the one relationship I created. I was one time I got taken out of a game too, and I wasn't happy about it, but I still had to show up and do whatever. And he was like, "Wow, that happened to you?" And I was like, "Yeah, for sure." And he's like, "Oh, okay." He's like, "Yeah, that makes me feel way better." He's like, He's like, "That was that's not like me. I want to be part of the team, and I'd like to play and whatever." And I was like, "Nope, just keep working. Keep doing what you're supposed to. Trust the process.
Yeah,
I'll get you there." And they start believing that when you kind of say your background and the things that you've done, and when you stay consistent every day too, holding them accountable is one thing that I've found is why we did as well as we did, holding them accountable, being why did you do that? What
was your thought process behind it?
Yeah.
Or what?
Yeah, and just being personable with them and not so much just giving up right away on them. So
it really is a fine line of being their friend and being a coach. Because a lot of the stuff you're doing, you would do for your friend, right?
Right.
But you're doing it in a coaching manner.
Right.
But I'll just add to what he was saying. I'd say the thing that I've kind of, through education and all this stuff I've been through and whatever, building the relationship with the kid, putting it in that, saying it that way, that relationship with them, and then being able to make them work for you, no matter what.
Right.
If you get them on that level, and they're like, "Well, I'll do anything." Now that you've explained to them all the stuff, examples and just you check up on them every day. Simple stuff like that.
Right. That's that. Yes, that extra little effort. That extra little bit to show that you care about them more than just a player, almost.
Yep.
I feel like it's. But you're not.
It's about them. It's not about me. I care less about my record as a coach and all that stuff. It has no, it doesn't matter. It's getting them to their best. However their ceiling is, you get them to that point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's wherever they get to, whether it's a first place in state or a state entrant or going to state as a team for football or whatever it is.
Yep.
That's their best point. Well, then you get them there. That's your job. You get the most out of them.
Yeah.
So don't waste the talent, basically.
Yep. Teach them the.
Yeah, building the relationships is the absolute most important thing.
Right, because it's like if you get a guy, you want to fight for that guy. You know what I'm saying? You got a guy that puts fucking almost his heart on his sleeve as a coach, but isn't getting, like you said, because obviously there's a difference between a friend and being a coach. But knowing that a coach also is a fucking very important figure in a young person's life, actually, how impactful a fucking coach can be. So just showing that extra caring, and that's why people love their coaches so much, is because those coaches care for them individually, like you were saying, I feel like.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's the difficult thing, too, is like, I feel like as a coach, it's probably got to be hard to give that to every player.
It is. I mean, go ahead, Lucas.
Oh, I was just going to say, it's the same as like teaching, because everybody learns in different ways.
Right.
You know, it's you know, they're going to take that in a different way. So, yeah. So what were you going to say? Go ahead.
No, I mean, each and every kid is kind of different. I try to do my best to, in some way, I mean, tell each and every kid an individual thing. I mean, it gets difficult, and that's kind of how, I mean, you find a way to weed out ones who want to do it, who want your help, who want to do it. So it's like, I'll give you all an opportunity. I'll say, I'll open my door and be like, hey, any questions you need? Like, I'm right here. You need me to stay after practice? Like, any of that, let me know. Like, I'll do it. And those who want that will reach out to you. And, I mean, that's kind of how I do it. And then just continuing to stay after them in practice when I have that time with them. And, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. Because, I mean, you can, you know, each kid you have a little bit of a different relationship with. You talk to them a little bit different, but I like to focus on, majority of the time I like to focus on what they're doing.
Yep.
You know, like, obviously, like, they need to be told, like, hey, this is, you know, we didn't do this well this game, we didn't do this well this match.
Yep.
That's fine, you gotta go through that stuff, but you can focus on what they're doing well and get that all the way up, you know, get those things as good as you can get them, and then make sure that they're just working on those things that they're not good at as much as they can. I mean, that's going to get them pretty dang far.
Yeah. And that's, I mean, for me, yeah, I always say, I mean, your kids carry the mentality of their head coach, and that's why I try to be sometimes, like, very intense, but also at the same time kind of silly, like that. I will come unglued and lose my mind, and then the moment you do it right, I'll come unglued and lose my mind the same way, 100% the other way. Right. And be like, see, that's why I'm so hard on you.
It's
that's
the intensity's all the way around.
Yeah.
You're not gonna just highlight the shitty things, the fuck ups that somebody does. You're not just gonna be like, what were you thinking out there? And then when he makes the play, you're not gonna be be like, good job, bro. You're gonna be like, that's what I'm fucking talking about.
Yeah, running around, doing it, and even like that was something like from baseball this summer that
I love the coach.
It'd be fun. But like that's what I found out like this summer coaching baseball. Like I looked at the one kid and I was like, whoo. I was like, you guys are lucky that I'm not the head coach, because I would go out there and say something right now, and they're like, do it. They're like, that would be awesome. They're like, it shows that you like got our back, like you're willing to go out there and argue too, and it's like, yeah, they want to see you do that. Like, yeah, you can't go and get ejected from every game you're in, but when it means something.
But to show that you've got their back as well. That's the type of coach that you'll fight hard.
Yeah. It's got to be something. Yeah, they have to want to fight for you as well, because you're the one giving them the orders, the play call. They have to believe in the things you're telling them.
Right.
Yeah, if they don't believe in the things that you're preaching, the technique, the scheme, or whatever you're showing them, man, it's gonna be hard to win them over.
Yeah.
There's no way we didn't believe in elephants on parade.
Yeah, I've said that a few times already this year.
There's no way we didn't believe in that. Yep. You know what I mean?
Everything.
And we fucking rolled people over. You know? Elephants on parade. Let's go.
Carl Scott really stole that from Mike Mayock in the preseason that year for the Vikings.
Good.
And he ran with that forever.
Good. That was such a great.
That mentality, though, that this is what we're gonna do.
Yep.
Try to stop us mentality.
Yep.
That is, man,
Yeah.
That's tough to stop.
And you know, for whoever, whatever people wanted to always kind of bash on Carlsgott, even for whatever, but he had that in him to get us hyped somehow. I don't know how, but on game days, he channeled it in, and it was like, woo. You know?
Yeah, he'd get
elephants on parade. No one's stopping us. It's like the Remember the Titans. You know, he's like,
nobody's gonna stop us. Yeah,
he had that in him, and that was crazy. I don't know for what people want to say about him and how he coached for a long time. Whatever. He was a great coach, great dude. I thought, and he got the best. I thought out of fucking everybody.
He's a Hall of Famer. I mean,
I think
he took bad teams and made them good.
Yeah, and I will never forget
he got the most out of the kids. I mean, you know, we could have been, you know, I mean, at some point, nobody, like, we were all upset with somebody at some point.
Oh, yeah.
I know a lot of us were frustrated
at that time.
It's like,
but you look back and it's like there's no better situation.
Yeah,
you know,
punch people in the mouth, and now I found like nobody plays that way. I mean, granted, I don't believe in playing totally 100% that way, but you got to do a little bit of it. Like he always said, you're gonna have to be able to punch somebody in the mouth.
What it was, I think, is consistency. You knew what we were getting, so it's like if you could just dedicate it to that. He wasn't trying no stupid shit.
Yeah.
I mean, well, it's not stupid shit, but he wasn't going outside his box of what. Yeah. If you know your bread and butter, you're sticking to it, and we're gonna fucking ride it out until it doesn't work.
And I mean, you know, he could have maybe evolved some things more at the end,
right?
As time went, but it is what it is. That mentality, though. I mean, there were multiple games we were telling them, we were shouting that across the line. This is where we're going.
Right?
You couldn't stop us. I mean, it didn't matter because we executed.
Roll Tide.
Let's go.
He made us execute the plays correctly, and that is what wins games.
Yeah, and I mean, like he said, I mean, he put we blocked it 3 or 4 different ways, and he's like, yeah, this is one play, but blocked 3 or 4 different ways, and it looks different every time you run it, and that's something that even nowadays I don't understand at times. So,
right, and you know, for the area that I'm in down here in Marshall, you know, Minneota's obviously a big football powerhouse down here.
Yeah,
and all the teams in the area are like, you know, how do they do it? How do they do it? You know, it is that mentality. It is we're gonna take these 10 formations, you know, these
and we're gonna get good at them,
and we're gonna run them, and we're just gonna set them up a little bit differently.
Yeah,
as the season goes.
Yeah,
it's not. We didn't make our playbook bigger. It's the same stuff, but we did it a little bit different.
Just add something, yes, and that's exactly what it was. And that's looking back. That's bringing it back because you're right. It's like the playbook. It stayed the same except routes got a little different or whatever in the same form. You know what I mean? But it was added one thing every week almost.
Yeah, adding just a little wrinkle to it.
And it wasn't adding 10 plays that we hadn't done before.
No.
You know, it was just adding on to those things we've already learned.
And what was cool too is our senior year, or my senior year anyways, when we were in the state game in the Dome, we ended up pulling out our trickery play that we barely even practiced, but it fucking worked.
Yep.
You know, the fucking halfback throwback.
That did work. 100%.
And that fucking worked. And that's like, you know, so credit even that, because he did step out of the box. He's like, we need to do something here. And that worked.
Wasn't that after halftime?
Yep, I think so.
I think so. Coming right out of it, yo.
Yep, through that.
Because I think he talked about that in the locker room, and he said, you know, we got to do something crafty here, basically.
Yep.
And we did.
And it worked, and that was so sweet. So, like, he knew, and so that's where I think we're young coaches, like, I'm not saying you guys are young, new coaches, so I think it can be easier to be caught up in the moment of trying to do that more often.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so that's why the playbooks are different.
Yep.
So I think it could be...
He picked his shots.
He knew when to do the shots, you know? Because we weren't we weren't a fucking breakout.
Except for our senior year, the place that I call home now, and single-handedly ended my career on the tight end's cross that I did not want called down at the goal line, and
Well, there goes that.
Yeah, I took a shot.
That was a tough game.
Yeah.
So who was your guys? Who's the favorite coach in high school? Out of all coaches, who did you like the best there, Lucas?
All coaches?
Of all
It's
coaches
hard
that
to
you have.
chalk it up to- It's hard to pick one.
I know it is.
We had ACGC had some good.
I would, for football, I definitely pick Carl Scott and Torg. I mean, I'm not going to separate them, you know.
Yeah.
Because, you know, obviously, it's hard to do that.
That was a weird thing.
As far as
too, to
wrestling
say.
goes, I mean, Ben Meyer and David Blum are obviously going to be my favorite coaches.
Yep. God, I mean,
And
there's
Tony Wickham.
Yeah.
Wickham, oh my God. Yeah,
There's-
I mean, it's hard. Like, you can't even.
No, see that's what I'm saying. So like, what made those guys?
because then you can't leave out the Paul Rasmussens of the world,
You can't leave them out
and the
either.
Greg Burgesses, and I mean Delvin Peterson for that matter. I mean, you can't.
All of them.
That goes way back, but like it started back then. We didn't end up where we were at without those guys.
All
either,
the guys
so.
in the middle too.
And like our coaching philosophy now started from learning from those type of coaches.
100%.
You learn from every coach you get coached by. You learn something from it. You learn what you like about them. You learn what you don't.
Yep.
Yep.
For sure, I would agree with that.
Keep going. So now I've went and I've seen people coach. I've coached with people, and I've been like, well, I like this, I like that. You know, other coaches I had in college, and whatever. And it's like, you know, I like this about them. I didn't like this about them. Then you kind of get your own one at the end, and you create this whole new coaching philosophy that you basically learned your entire life.
Oh yeah.
So what did they drive out of? Like, what did you need as a player to get that extra little?
So I mean, I'll tell a story. I mean, as simple as Paul Rasmussen used to say it. He's like, Paul's like, you and Lucas are two different people. He's like, you'd go up and you'd tell Lucas, go out there, rip his head off, do what you got to do. And he's like, well, we'd go over to Fester and be like, this guy's not very good. Like, you got it. You're better than him. You know, chill out. Like, relax. It's gonna be okay. You go out there, you're good. Just take care of it.
So you guys are a little opposite in that.
Yeah, 100%.
I needed a little bit more of what Lucas got, I think.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about Carl Scott. I love that dude because in football is the one sport that, you know.
Yep.
But he's like, move the body, you know.
Yep.
Like he is one guy that really tried.
Hyped you up.
Right. And
Gave
so,
me a little hype.
And so like what Lucas, like I think in that aspect, I think me and him are similar in that.
Yep.
We thrived on the fucking go kill him.
Well, and you know, even like Mr. Maurer said it to Nelson a few years after high school. He's like, yeah, we just had to have Terry, say something negative about you, and then you'd start, how you get like tackled by the shoelaces, and then the next time Nelson would get the ball, it was just, you think I get tackled by the shoelaces? All right, I'm going to run you over now. You see me, Terry? I'm over here. I'm in the end zone.
See, now that's what Nelson needed, though.
Yep.
And he'll probably agree with that.
100%. To this day.
And it's that little,
To this day, Terry Carl Scott still makes Nelson shiver in his boots.
we actually saw him up at the golf course the other weekend.
Yeah, that's what he told me. He's like, yeah, he came out, and I was still like, oh God, oh no. He's like, I was forgetting my name, and he was like, I was nervous, and I was like, oh no. Yeah.
It's
Well,
crazy.
So the last time I saw you actually in real person life here was when we in Hutch. You remember that?
Yep. The old arm lifting. Or not the arm lifting, arm wrestling.
Arm lifted. Yeah, we're doing curls. Yeah, no.
Oh,
Arm
yeah.
wrestling.
Yeah, dude. So how long have you been doing that? Because that was fun as hell, by the way. I had a blast.
I honestly, so before that, I went to that competition in like 2019 before COVID, and then one of the couple of the guys at the gym had kind of arm wrestled and done that stuff before, and I just was, like, that was like the only thing that was going on.
Yeah.
Right.
Then, yeah.
Hell yeah.
COVID was shutting everything down. I couldn't really go to powerlifting meets, and I was just like, well, I'm going to train for this because That's the only thing that's going on. So
Right. So the powerlifting kind of died out, and that opportunity came up.
During that time, I mean, there was barely any meets, and I just didn't feel like traveling 3 states away to go to a lifting meet that wasn't nationals. Basically.
Yeah.
Right.
So now is that back on again then? Weightlifting?
Everything's kind of moving. Everything's kind of moving that way. They had nationals this year. They moved it, and I was.
And this is powerlifting.
It wasn't the normal months that they did it. You know, if normally it's in October, I get to train all summer and most of the fall, and then I can go to the nationals or whatever.
Okay.
But they had it in June, so I was just like, I'm not going to go. So I went down to Nebraska and did that one in July.
Okay.
It was, I don't know, not to be picky, but it wasn't the best meet. You know, it wasn't. They ran it all right, but like the warm up equipment was bad, and if you have power lifted before, that's going to make a difference.
Yeah.
Like just when I was warming up for my squat, for example, the rack wasn't narrow like the platform one is, so I couldn't grab onto it. So like where my hand would come in, every time I was racking the weight, I was like cutting like my wrist.
Pinching your fucking arm.
I like covered up with my wrist strap, so I wasn't freaking, getting all beat up going into that. So I took less warm ups, didn't really get my normal.
Right, and even that'll probably get in your head a little bit. You're like, fucking God, now I'm thinking about fucking breaking my fucking.
I can't get my warm up done, so now what's going to happen? So I mean, there's a lot of things, and I'd say, with whatever was happening that day, the one thing that I learned after I was done being all pissy because I didn't do as good as I wanted, I was like, no matter what meet you're at, wherever it's at, you gotta listen to your head a little bit, So like when I did my second squat, it was a little harder than I wanted to, and for like 3 seconds I was like, man, I don't know if I can do this one, and I was just like, nope, stick to the plan, instead of just listening to what my body was telling me basically, and then I ended up missing it, and I probably would have made the one that I should have entered. So it's like, you've gotta, so from that aspect of it, I learned something. I have to do that now, no matter what your program says and the numbers you got set up to do, you just gotta kind of listen to the body, basically, the mind. So,
well, you don't, like, the body's an amazing thing.
It is.
Like, you don't think you can do it, so, like, even, I'm just thinking back to when I was even talking earlier, like, how the lifting and trying to, like, putting up more weight almost got more in my head than the cardio aspect of things. Because it's like, I don't know if I can put it up. But if you're, like, telling yourself, and obviously you can't be ridiculous about it. Yeah. But if you're, like, close and you're, like, you know what I mean? If you can just dig deep sometimes, that shit'll fucking pass.
Yeah. Because you can do more sometimes when the pressure's on or when adrenaline's kicked up
But sometimes that'll fuck you over too.
Yeah, because you can get in beast mode.
Yeah, but that's kind of what happened for that one. But I got another one I signed up for December. That's going to be down in the cities.
Okay.
Nice.
Weekend. I had to make sure it didn't mess with our wrestling stuff. So we have one on Thursday for sure. We have a pending tournament Friday in Wilmer, but I don't know.
I think you're gonna be at that. I think we're at that one too, maybe.
They haven't responded to us, so I'm not sure what. I don't know if we're gonna end up being there or not. So I'd like to go.
I think I can't remember if it's the Wilmer one. Maybe the Wilmer one's at the beginning of the year. I haven't looked at the schedule over and over.
It's like that first week of competition, or maybe the second week.
Okay.
Probably the second.
Yeah.
But now that's obviously we were in the same section, so it doesn't matter anymore. We're going to be down.
That's going to be big.
No, they're out of our section. They're not anymore. They were last year.
I thought you guys were so sorry. I wanted to go and just be the fucking guy out there.
I don't know if we have I don't know if there's a duel for us. It might be an individual tournament.
You go against ACGC though, don't you, Fester?
Yeah, he'll be going against the alma mater for sure.
Yeah.
I don't think maybe we do have him on the schedule this year. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
We do it last year.
We'll save that for a podcast at a later date.
We'll talk about
it. Yeah, that'll be a during wrestling season podcast.
Yeah,
for sure.
I don't want to start stomping on my touchdown call.
So your next powerlifting, you said, is in August, or not August, December.
Yep.
December. It's August. I was just looking at it. Yeah. But it's in December. So you stay consistent with your training all throughout, or not? Yeah.
Yeah. So like right now, I'm doing a 5-week program that will kind of lead up to the meet prep, and that's like 10 weeks.
Okay.
We usually do like a 10-week program to go into the meet.
Okay. So you're doing a pre-prep. A pre-prep.
He's prepping for the prep.
Right.
Prepping for the prep.
Right.
A lot of volume, a lot of stuff.
So what does that entitle? So besides the lifting, would you eat just heavy?
No, like right now, it's been a little crazy just getting stuff ready for school. My diet isn't as like fine-tuned right now as usual. Like I just had fast food and it's it's.
Fuck, we just had a pizza.
Great.
Don't feel.
Yeah, it hasn't been great or nothing. But once everything gets settled in, I'll try to eat pretty clean for a while, and then I'll still eat clean during the prep. I'll just eat more.
Just eat more, right?
It'll be good food, but it'll just be more of the good food.
See, and that's what's cool about that is like I feel like the power lifters and stuff like that. I feel like you guys, once you get into your zone, you can just fucking mouth food or what? Because you have to. You almost have to.
Some people are better at it than me, but I get sick of the eating most of the time.
Dude, I think it's more of a fucking chore to fucking to eat right.
It is.
It becomes.
You eat when you're hungry, but then you have to eat when you're not.
Right, and that's the thing too. Yeah. I last year I was doing pretty good. I don't know if there's a bodybuilder guy, Joey Swole, that I've been following for a long time, and I fucking got a workout plan from him, and it's fucking and a meal prep plan or whatever. And he had me eating what he sent me was just so much. It was 4 meals a day, and they were just. It was really clean, but it was just like I remember, and I was feeling so good, but it was such a chore.
It is
fucking
really hard
eating that much. It's like, oh my god. Yeah, like you said, you eat a meal when you're not hungry, but it fucking pays. But it pays off the next day when you're at the gym. You're like, you've got all the energy in the world to just fucking put shit up.
That's what wrecks my diet or my workout stuff every time is it becomes such a chore. And that's why I need to stop doing that. But people track macros and seeing how much you're eating, and it starts to get in your head okay, well, now I can't have this, or if I do this, well, now I'm gonna be too far here. And you find yourself going to Walmart and you're like, well, okay, well now a beer has. I don't care how much alcohol. Okay, that's 3.2 carbohydrates. You can't be doing that.
And then life becomes no fun.
Yeah, and it becomes so difficult and so mind draining. Yeah. It's like, ugh.
That's why I can't do it all year. That after that 10 weeks is done, I'm kind of
back on the fucking back on the fast food grind.
Just eating whatever I want, But I mean, even during that time, that prep, you still got to give yourself. You got to have, treats and stuff.
I plan on cutting this wrestling season. I'm gonna cut again.
Back at it.
Yeah. I'm gonna be a little Ben Meyer. I'm gonna be in the room cutting weight. They get little.
He's gonna get little.
Get the trash bag out. He'll be running in the hallways again.
Oh, yeah.
And I can.
I remember fucking people. You guys are insane. Well, you wrestlers in general are just fucking.
Hey, trash bags are illegal.
Oh, are they?
Elite? Did you say elite?
They're illegal. Illegal.
Oh, illegal.
You can't run in trash
Oh,
bags.
they're elite.
Yeah, he never did that.
I mean, I never did. I never had to cut like that much where I needed one, but back in the day, people had to.
You cut a lot of weight that Nationals year.
Yep, that was a lot.
Dude, I remember people would be fucking eating Jolly Ranchers just to spit.
Larry and Tyler, they would do that every day.
I remember Logan Peterson in health class just.
Oh my God, him too.
Just getting rid of all their water weight. And
Yeah, I remember putting in dips to sit and spit. Sit there and read a book and try to do that so I could cut weight. That was awesome.
Awful.
You mean to tell me you were breaking
They weren't
Minnesota State High School League rules?
No.
Fester?
Okay.
I had to sit 2 weeks because of that. That's why Campson, I swear it was Blum wrong.
No, it was Campson. I 100% guarantee.
Well, either way, one of the.
I don't remember what his first name was, but it was Campson from Painesville.
Josh?
Could have been.
No, that was Josh Blum.
I think it was.
Or were they both Joshes?
Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah,
them.
no, it was.
Fuck them.
Bungham was
And Bungham was before Campson.
No, they were at the same time.
No, Campson left before Bungham did.
Yeah, he was my age.
Yes, that's Bungham because Bungham played quarterback when Meyer was running back.
Yeah, because we played
ab-
against like the Matthew Quades of the world and
Hey,
stuff.
but my fucking senior year, we had them both.
No, Bungham was not around your senior year. Bungham was back to
Yeah, that was Trevor, and that was
sophomore.
So I'm thinking of my junior year.
Yeah, because
So that's when I got in trouble. Was my junior.
Bungham is the only guy who's like It was me and him in the backfield, and he gave me the old whoop whoop, and I was left standing there.
Campson, I bumped him out. Campson, I bumped him out out of bounds, and I stood there and I fucking looked him up and down, and I made it. I remember the banquet. It was my junior year because they had the senior year banquet. And they had to pick the highlights, and they had that fucking a clip of me checking Campson.
Yep.
And then just looking him up and down, like, what's up? Because I was so bad. Because he got in trouble for weed, and I got in trouble for chew. And it was the same, like, consequence.
Same 2-week suspension. That was it.
And I was like, what?
He should have been out for the year.
Right. And I was like, what?
I think he had a good amount, too.
Right.
Yep. I mean, it probably would have been a freaking felony he hadn't even caught when he was over 18.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was over the legal limit.
Right. Well, yeah.
Whatever.
Fucking dweeb. So, okay, let's get this going here. What do you still dating someone? What's the life looking like in the Lucas aspect of things?
You didn't see the Facebook post, Roshi?
Oh, I thought I told you.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's right. You're getting married. That's congratulations. That's what I'm trying to get into. So, how long have you been with your lady?
Oh, it'll be 2 years in December.
2 years in December. You popped the question. How did you do it?
I did it up in Duluth.
Okay.
Did you do the lead her to it, or was it just waited for the right moment? You didn't make her be like, "Oh, let's go on a treasure hunt," did you?
No, I didn't do that. No.
Okay, good.
We were doing our stuff.
Don't judge on how anybody fucking does it. You ain't in a relationship.
I don't want to be in one.
We were at the lighthouse. We were doing the tour and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And we were walking around, and I was trying to figure out a place to do it because I wanted to do it there. Then there were too many people there in like the spot that I thought it would be good. They kept walking down the trail, and I told her I was just going to sit down and take a break. She probably thought I was out of breath or something. I'm just hanging out, digging around in my bag to try and grab the ring, and well, I was just like, screw it, move it, we'll go somewhere else. And then we found this other place, and I was like, oh, let's take a picture. And I was like, oh, make it a video, because she was like taking pictures and videos of the whole weekend and whatever. And I was like, sounds good. I was just like, yeah, make it a video. And then I snuck the ring out of my bag and snuck behind her while she was setting up the camera. And then she turns around and was like, what the hell? So yeah, we got her done.
That's awesome, man. That's cool.
Yeah, that's better than like doing the rose petal thing, and then all of a sudden it's like.
Yeah, I wasn't about that.
What? Who says who? Some people about that.
Yeah, whatever.
You would know if you're and you obviously wouldn't go for someone that would like that.
No.
Oh no.
Hell no.
She's not. Yeah, no.
We're not talking about me here. Keep going.
I mean, we're talking about. We're digging into him now. So why are you still single? Because you're not getting rose petals, maybe? No, I'm kidding.
No, there's plenty of reasons for that shit. I mean, the last two, we'll go to the last three. The last three have been horrible. I mean, you go to Sydney. That was 2 years of, in a way, horribleness of dictatorship, and then you get over that, and we go to the school and we date. We never dated. Talk to who, and. Good Lord, you stay with that? After that? Yeah, I bet. And then, you start talking to Emily this year, and...
You'll be alright.
Yeah, they're not...
speaking of that, look at this. We get an Emily call. Oh. Hold on. You're live.
I am live.
Who is it?
His girlfriend's on the pod right now. She's on the phone.
Yeah, I'm a special guest calling in.
Yes.
And what's the question?
Oh, we got a caller.
The question of the day is, what are you wearing?
I'll tell you right now. That's funny you ask. I just got done with my prison shower.
Oh.
And I tried to put my little nightie back on, but I somehow got tangled up, so it's kind of half on my neck, half not. That's it.
Little titty showing, maybe.
Yeah, it's kind of a sideways boob thing, like with a tank top when a girl goes to sleep, wakes up, and it's like poking your boyfriend's face. Yeah.
Wait, your boyfriend? My face is not by any boobs.
Boyfriend, Rob. She's got apparently another one.
Yeah, what? This is breaking fucking news.
Breaking news.
She's got 2 boyfriends. We're about to leave this pod, and I'm about to go find out.
About to drive down 12.
Yeah. Oh my God.
We got Lucas on here. Your question for the day. That was a good answer.
Told you.
That was a good answer.
Okay, that's all we need to know. I didn't know you were busy, so I can let you go.
Yes, thank you.
Bye.
Thanks for the call.
You're welcome. Bye.
Thanks for calling into the show.
You tuned in to join.
I think the only other caller that I think we tried to call somebody once on the pod, but the only person who ever answered was Rosell. When we had to do those picks, Rosell answered and gave his picks that time.
Yeah, that worked out really well.
Yeah, we'll have to do that
if you guys
again.
ever do that in the future, you can call me. Just give me a heads up if you're calling.
Yeah, we're gonna start that. We're gonna start that again. That was fun.
We're gonna do the picks, and this year there's gotta be a prize or something. We gotta do the record. There's gotta be something. Whether it's like a.
You guys you
I think I won, didn't I?
For sure, keep a record week to week. For you.
Yep, we did last year until we kind of stopped there at the end.
We started getting pretty even too.
It was
You gotta stay consistent with that one.
It was
was
like back and forth, dude. It was like I was doing really bad. Fester would do really good. Then the guest would do mediocre. And then Fester would do bad. I do really good. or the vice versa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And by the end of it, we were all had pretty similar.
The
records.
guest was like right there too.
The
It
guest,
was-
I think, might have won actually.
I think the guest was up. But yeah, we are doing a fantasy football league for the podcast.
Are you into that? You don't have to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you
What?
said, "Oh yeah," live here now. So fuck you. You're in now. I heard it.
We're doing another fantasy league.
Well, right
Well-
now I have.
Actually, time out. You know what? Speaking of fantasy, fuck all you guys
Hey,
over here. Actually, yeah, I don't even care.
I voted for you.
Okay, well, you know what? Now, you guys didn't. You guys weren't them coaches for me. You weren't them guys that were showing that you were willing to fucking die on the field
I
for me.
voted for you. I did.
All right, I believe it.
I don't know why we voted for that other twig, but
yeah, Balgi got in.
I can't believe it. And you know what it is? I think because the other guys are intimidated
Probably.
that I.
you got beef with Robert.
Robert's got beef.
Robert, there's definitely a little beef
That
there.
is why then. That is absolutely the reason. Robert's little drinking little man.
Because if you watch the Robert podcast, you can sense the beef. Because Robert's like, yeah, well, they said Rousey's gonna play instead of me, and yeah, whatever, Rousey can play. Rousey's a good guy, but you can just sense that Robert's been holding on to that for the last 8 years.
And I didn't even. I thought I was just doing good. I thought I deserved it, but I guess not. I guess not.
Yep, time to have Robbie back on.
We do need to have Robert back on.
Oh man.
That is funny. So, what else we got here for him, Fester?
I'm running low on things. You got any more questions?
What's your go-to favorite meal cheat day?
Pizza, absolutely.
Pizza.
Pizza.
Jimmy's Pizza toppings. Go.
Double pepperoni onion.
Ooh, that's a good one. See, now my old roommate Riley Shea, you might know him. He used to add extra pepperoni and onion to frozen pizza every time.
Yeah.
But he'd also add fucking salt and pepper on top of it.
Interesting.
And it was
Interesting
such
choice, but
and it,
yeah, sure.
and it was such a good
Pepperoni and green olives from Yimmy's is real good.
See, now Jimmy's
Unreal,
didn't
you
do.
take green olives, man.
No,
Unreal.
you don't
That's
like
what
the
shit.
green. You don't like the green olives.
Green olives are solid.
And you know what? And you okay? Okay, now we're
Solid.
on this pizza conversation here. What else does pineapple belong on a pie?
Absolutely.
Lucas will say yes. That's all, yeah.
I told you.
Absolutely, it does.
Yeah.
Nope.
I agree. It doesn't. Okay, it doesn't not belong on one.
I mean, it's not. I just don't do well with the sweet and that. Nope.
The
So-
sweet and salty mix is great.
Nope.
Yeah. The thing I get mad about, I don't care for those other specialty pizzas like the buffalo chickens and the Alfredos and the taco. I don't care for that, I guess. I'm just like a original pizza guy.
You want the pizza pie from
Marinara for sure.
Italiano. Cousin Nicky, yeah.
Okay, so now Italiano. Oh, it got me thinking of Italy, and that's the place that I would really love to visit. Like in general, what's the place that you would like to? What's the place you'd like to visit?
Oh man, like should we pick a place other than the United States?
Other than the United
Yeah.
States, yeah. Fuck, no, not fuck US, but you know what? Yeah, get outside the box here.
Careful, Roushi.
Yeah, no, yeah. But I caught my tongue.
You're gonna end up
Afghanistan.
on CNN. No,
We're going to
let's see here.
Afghanistan.
Oh.
Ooh la la.
I mean that I've always been kind of intrigued by like that Northern Ireland or maybe like somewhere up farther north up there, or like Iceland. I know Iceland is badass.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough to say. I've always kind of wanted to go to Fiji.
Interesting. I didn't expect that out of you after hearing Iceland and Ireland.
See, no, like I totally shock people, but I've said I'd like to go to Moscow, Russia.
You would. That doesn't surprise. That doesn't surprise.
Yeah,
that doesn't surprise me at all.
See Putin.
I'd love to.
Vladimir.
I'd talk to him.
He wants to go train like Rocky in Rocky 4.
Ivan Drago.
God. No, the one. I'm gonna add something quick. So the Olympics just got done, right?
Yep.
Every other country besides the U.S., you win Olympic gold medal, go back to your country, you are basically set.
For sure. Isn't that crazy?
Come back here, here's a year's salary for
It's just another. It's like another. Just like it's. There's. I feel like there's Olympians going back to houses like what we live in, and they're just chilling.
Yeah, absolutely.
And barely. You know what I mean? They're not. But we've also got.
Any differently.
But we've also got way more athletes that are getting paid millions of dollars than any of those other countries too. We
I
just
don't necessarily agree with all that either. But
we don't. But we don't value our Olympians as much as we value our other professionals.
And we should.
Yeah.
But who's paying for that? You know.
I suppose that would be
right. They don't have a better they don't have an organization. You know,
right.
There's a.
They don't have a players' association, right?
Right. Like Team USA doesn't have funds like Russia does or anybody else.
Hence Larry Nasser.
Well, that guy's a fucking puke.
And I don't understand how people like those guys that get in there and all these stories comes out. You know, how did they get there in the first place?
What sucks is, and you know, like not knowing because it's never having to obviously deal with it, but it's like, how does the guy get away with it for so long? Like, it just sucks that people can't speak out.
I know.
So prior,
they were scared for their life.
Yeah.
That's the truth, and that's something that I don't know, and that's like, and it sucks for like it's hard for people to realize that point exactly. It's like they feel for their life exactly.
Yes,
they feel for their livelihood. That's what they do as a career.
Yeah, I mean specifically to that to exactly that. I've been watching a lot of Law and Order SVU lately, and that is a thing. Like when that happens, like. For some reason, I mean, because it's never happened to me, but, you know, like, people, they are willing to say, like, no, it didn't happen. Nope, 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 we're good.
Because they know it'll be worse if they go back.
Yeah, and...
That's why.
So, yeah, that show teaches you a couple things, too. That show was nuts. The one they had about the Catholic Church. Whoa! That's nuts.
And that's a whole nother topic of a discussion, too.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I just think that stuff is crazy. You know?
But the shit's been going on since the beginning of time.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the craziest thing. Since the beginning of time, there have been people taking advantage of people in not good ways.
Yeah. 100%.
Because of that fact of the fear of life.
And mental health is a big... You know, like I showed you just before you got here, the Weepy Voice Killer. They said, "Is he?" And the one cop was like, "Is he insane?" No. And I was like, "Yes, he is. He called you and told you about every girl he ever killed, and he's like, I'm not gonna make it to heaven." And it's like, no, duh, dude. And then he was like, "You heard him say it." When he comes back, like after he gets diagnosed with cancer, like 10 years after he's already been indicted for it. He talks about all these other girls that he's killed, and he was like, yeah, you know, I had every intention on killing her and whatever, and he was like, as soon as I drove away, I was like, what are you doing? You could have made a friend. You like making friends. And I was like, oh, Jesus. Yeah, but instead you decided to stab her 35 times with a screwdriver. Sounds wonderful. I don't know.
If you like that show, you should watch Mindhunter. It's.
I love that show.
Is that on Netflix?
Yeah, and it's good. That one's good. They go to Taco 2 serial killers, and find.
That was the first.
That was the first season. That's the only season I've watched actually.
Right. It was. Isn't the FBI right?
Yep.
Yeah. It was the first. It was a true. It's a true story.
And he went.
they figured out what serial killers are. Basically, it wasn't a thing until they went on those.
Yeah. The term serial killer has not been.
That did not start until they've had. I can't remember what station it's been on, but I don't think the term serial killer started until that
Ted Bundy.
Till the 80s.
Yeah, well, I didn't know this. Ted Bundy, Ridgway, Dahmer, and Gacy were all active at the same time. I did not know that they were all. Oh, BTK. It was BTK, not John Wayne Gacy. No, all five of them. It was all five. All five of them, because John Wayne Gacy was in it. All five were active at the same time.
So you're into that kind of shit too, the true crime.
Yeah, I mean, I was. I've seen the both seasons of it. It's good, for sure.
And that was what's cool about the show you're talking about, Mindhunters. That was based on a real story. These FBI guys went and talked to Ted Bundy, or no, was it Ted Bundy? Yeah, it was Ted Bundy, right?
And Manson.
Charles Manson.
They went to prison to talk to them.
Charles Manson is like my idol, dude.
Yeah, we had. If you haven't seen a Halloween episode, that one is one of our better ones, I think, and it got one of our least amount of views. But
yeah, I think we're still rolling around 50 for that one.
No, it was like 80.
Is it up to 80 now? Okay.
But yeah. No, my girlfriend, she loves this fucking true crime shit, so I watch a lot of it too. And I love it too. I've been watching Forensic Files since I've been a fucking kid, so it's like, got a little of that in me too.
And I thought about that the other day. Forensic Files has been on since the early 90s, and they put out 20 to 30 episodes a season. It's still going on now. How many people are fucking dead?
A lot. That's what I'm saying. It's been happening since the beginning of time.
Well, I told Nelson on ID, they literally have fear thy neighbor, fear thy wife,
killer
fear
kids,
this, killer kids, killer wives,
deadly women.
It's just many different things, and it's
and it's got every sorts of society. Next thing it'll be the killer mailman, killer fucking, you know what I'm saying? It's all walks of life are killing.
All right, boys.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Lucas, I'm fucking glad we got you on the show. You've been a hot commodity for Fester for a long time. He's like, we need to get Lucas back on.
Yeah.
Because this is perfect. This is the best timing. Keep going.
No, I was just going to say, we got to do it more often because we could talk about a lot of things, obviously. Yep. So.
For sure.
For days. And Fester's.
I don't know if we got to do it once a month, but maybe once every 2 months.
Right. Yeah. Fester started this, and you were fucking one of the original. You were one of the original.
He was the original fella.
So, and it's been about a year since he had originally had you on for
this.
I was not even a blip in the imagination.
This was the month that this started.
You were an afterthought at the time,
right?
Yeah, this was. I'm trying to think. It popped up on my Facebook, I think, not very long ago. Something about
it was literally. Well, it's probably been about a month now because I had almost just accepted this job last year.
Yep.
We had the pod.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's probably been. It's a little over a year, but yeah.
Yep.
That's awesome.
It's crazy.
It's crazy to see how far this has gone too.
Yep. Now where we're at.
Well, I mean, I'm a big advocate for stuff like that. I mean, people always get scared when they, go outside their bubble and try stuff new and whatever. It's do it.
Do something. Do the things that you
do it. Take the leap. Do something. Start a business. Start a podcast. Who cares what it is?
Yep.
If you got the inkling.
Yep. Go ahead.
People, I know one thing I've been learning is education. A lot of people have always complained well, teachers don't get paid a lot. It's yeah, it's true, but there are also a lot of different opportunities to make money. While teaching.
Right.
If you're coaching, if you're being active in the school, if you're doing something else, right now, I just told Fester yesterday, I'm getting my my driver's education certification, so I can teach drivers ed. Right? So I'll never not have a summer job. Like I'll always have a summer job.
Right.
Like I'm the strength coach as well. So it's like I have 3 different other things.
Right. It's a matter of what you want to fucking put in.
Yeah. So you want to put in some time, or do you not, or you just want to go do your 8 to 3:30 for 9 months and then sit on your butt all the time.
And then bitch about it.
Yeah, and then complain about it. That's the thing. Like, so you're gonna complain about it, or are you gonna do something about it?
Right, for real. It's either get off the pot or fucking take a shit. Shit or get off the pot.
It is. Yeah. No, I mean, like, make the most of what you're doing. That's kind of what I like to tell people. And like, same thing. It was like kids going off to college. I've had 3 groups of seniors I've either had relationships with or coached at some point, and I tell them all, I'm like, whatever you do not enjoy what you're doing.
Yep.
Don't if you make it through 2 years of generals in college, you're still not sure, well then be done. Go work for a little while. Figure something out that when you figure it out, then you can go back.
Don't be scared of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
next fall it's gonna be
concept of time. Like you have time. You seriously have time.
No.
Like I said, don't be scared of what you got to do.
Yeah.
And that's what you're doing. And that's what you're here for. That's what you guys are coaching for.
Yep.
So don't.
That's a big part of it. But
you got to be willing.
No. We'll get together again soon. We'll talk about some other stuff here. Hopefully, maybe we do halfway through the football season or something.
Yep. Perfect.
Dude. And during the football, yes, we need to be in during the and we'll send you an invite to a fantasy thing. If you want to join, go ahead. If not, I will replace you.
Yeah, if you're making a fantasy,
it's gonna be just 8 to 10 teams, $10, $20 buy-in, nothing big.
That's fine.
So winner take all.
Yeah.
Winner take all for sure.
Sounds good. Yeah, dude,
but yes,
call me for picks of the week if you got time for that.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
I'll do that too, obviously. So.
Hey, dude, it was fun talking with you. So we'll definitely keep you in mind for future shows.
Yep.
Future pods.
Yeah. No.
Because we can talk about so many more things. I feel like.
You can just go.
That's what's sick.
That's why.
Me and Lukey said this last time. It's we're gonna have to do this again because you can roll for hours.
Well, especially since neither one you guys have been bros more than we have been bros. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So it's but even in that aspect, I feel like I can sit and talk because we haven't seen each other in so long, and it wasn't it was not like we weren't friends, you know. So it's we can.
And you're comfortable asking him you're comfortable asking him questions, and Lucas is very comfortable answering them.
So exactly, you can keep going again and again. It's Riley on the show. We can have Riley every time, we can just talk.
Because even Nelson, you can't.
And Nelson too, even though once he's on,
once you get him going, sometimes he sits over there and
but right away it's this fact of getting him dedicated. But once he gets there, he's there. He's
in. Yeah. So.
Hell yeah.
You're doing a good thing. Keep it up. So,
appreciate that for sure.
Yeah. Good luck with football.
Yeah.
We'll talk more too, but hopefully they can get some of that, attitude that we were talking about.
Yep. Yeah. No, I mean that'll be
little
ideal.
Wimps. Little wimps.
No,
they weren't the same BBE I played.
Yeah, it's we're gonna get them there.
I don't know. I'm just talking shit.
We're gonna get them there. And I'm excited to do it. So. It's just
definitely got a lot of talent.
Yeah, I mean, I think, for wrestling for sure, and for football even, we do have a lot of talent, and junior high this year should be fun. I get a chance to kind of grow some kids there, so should be fun.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, for sure. In the future, if I don't know, if you're gonna stick it out, stick it out there.
Yep, that's the plan for now.
You can help me kind of get connected with. I can't remember his name. Who's the head coach again?
And McCray?
No, for BBE.
For wrestling? For wrestling, Jack Mueller.
Yeah. So maybe in the future, maybe next year or year after that. we could get one of those joint practices lined up.
Yep.
For a different class.
Yep. So.
No, because like that thing that Mike lined up for us in a year, I think that is something that teams should do more often. Honestly.
Yep.
There's nothing wrong with that. Pick a good team, or like even like a team that's like similar, like level as you, and then go to the different class
Yep.
and just do practice.
Yep, for sure.
Because the kids, one perspective, they get to see other coaching methods, other technique, other whatever.
Yep.
But get the rest of somebody different.
Yep. No, perfect. That's
We'll stay in touch on that stuff. So.
Yep.
I'll see you later, buddy.
Roushie, keep hammering away, Roushie.
Yes, you know me. You take care. Till next time.
Good boys.
Till next time.
That's good. Got it.
Yep.
Cut. All right. Hey.